So in this lesson, what we're going to do is we're going to see how do we actually insert records into a database using SQL. So on the last lesson, we looked at creating a table. So here is our table, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different attributes available on it. So again, to go and create a SQL query, we will go to Create, we'll go to Query Design. This time when the pop-up comes up, we can see it with owner in there. We still don't want to open it, so we can press X to close it down, and then we click SQL to go and open the window in the SQL editor view. Again, I hope it's quite an obvious SQL command. So to go and insert a new record into the database, we will use the insert command in capital letters. And then we also need to go and say into command to then tell it the name of the table or entity we want this record added to. So in this case, it is going to be owner. Make sure this is spelled exactly the same, otherwise you will get a syntax error. Then we'll have a space, and then we'll go and say values. So we now need to go and say what values do we want included in this table. We can then open a bracket, and then we can go and type in the information that we want in there. So let's start off with having a look at what we need onto it. So we'll open this one here, and I will open this one along the side. So first things first, in terms of the owner, so I need the owner ID, and that has to be an integer, and I haven't actually entered anything in before, so I'm just going to go and put in 1, comma, so that's going to be the first primary key, the first owner ID is number 1. I'm then going to put in place the surname, so for varchar or short text, we just want one individual hyphen, and then we're going to go and type in the surname, so I'm going to type in my name, then another comma, and now we need to go and enter in the first name, so another hyphen, and then I'll put my first name in, then another comma, and then I need to enter in the address, so again I'm going to go for 30 Green Lane, and we'll go for Crowborough, East Sussex, DN67BX, and I'll close that address line out, and then comma, and then last but not least I need to go and enter in a telephone number. So again I'm going to put hyphen on there because again this is a varchar, and let's go and put in a telephone number inside it and close it out. So now we've entered in something across every single field here, and once I've done that I can then go and close out the bracket and then edit in a semicolon. So now we've got here the entirety of adding one row of one record into our owner database. So let me go and save it first, so I've got it to go back to. So I'm going to call this insert record into owner table, and I'm going to save it, and now I'm going to run it. So I'll press run, and it's saying you're about to append one row. Once you click yes, you can't use the undo command to reverse the changes. Are you sure you want to append the selected rows? So Access is just being very clear to you that once you've added it in there, you can't easily undo it. It would then have to be a delete SQL command, and it would result in you losing the unique primary ID 1. In this case we're fine with it. We'll go yes. And so now it's been run. So let's go and see if it's actually added it. So let's go to the owner table and double click on it. And yes, it has added in all of that data into the correct fields for me. So now that we can go and see that everything has been added in, I'll just pull this across a little bit more, and we can see that the entirety of that address has also been added in for me. So that is how you go and insert a record into the tables that you've created. So could you please go and insert 3 records into your owner table for me?